Hello, welcome to the G.I. Joe New News Classified Reviews. My name is David T. Allen, or if you would like, Super Dave 817. If you would like to see more of this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button for future videos. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the G.I. Joe New News Classified Review. I'm David Allen, or if you like, Super Dave. Thank you for everybody joining me in the chat this morning. We are covering 60th Anniversary Action Marine Sniper. And there's that beautiful artwork that I really like on these packages that look kind of like they're out of time. Excuse me, I was drinking something there. I really, really like that. She looks really good. And she comes with a lot of really cool stuff, this sniper. So we're going to go into a little bit of the history of the action sniper, or action marine, I should say, not necessarily the sniper. So I want to first go over something that I have not covered in our previous 60th anniversary figures. And that is a little bit of a deep dive into this entire idea through Carson Metaxas's Collecting the Art of G.I. Joe, Volume 6, 1983 through 1984, R. Carson Metaxas and 3D Joes. So he did a bit of a history here, dive into all those figures from the 30th anniversary that I've been showcasing over the last previous 3 60th anniversary videos. And if you want, you can go through the library to find those episodes and check those out to see a little bit more of a history into these variations of the G.I. Joe 60th anniversary characters. It says, Overview, 30th Anniversary and G.I. Joe. In 1994 was a milestone year for G.I. Joe. It was the 30th anniversary of the brand, which had originally launched in 1964 with 4 12 action figures and dozens of accessory sets. These 4 figures, Action Marine, Action Pilot, Action Sailor, and Action Soldier, found a new lease on life in 1994 in 3 3/4 scale. They were initially offered individually boxed in clamshell cases, adorned with beautiful painted art seen below. They were re-released later that year in the original Action Team box set. This set featured new non-military decos for Action Figure Pilot version 2 and Action Sailor version 2, and included the Action Pilot Astronaut and the Action Space Capsule. Hasbro released one final G.I. Joe Real American Hero mail order figure for 1994, codenamed G.I. Joe. Promotions touted that the top secret leader of the G.I. Joe Mobile Strike Force team could finally be revealed after top secret intelligence files were declassified and cleared by the CIA, military intelligence, and the DoD. It turns out that First Lieutenant Joseph Colton had been recruited by President John F. Kennedy in 1963 to create and lead G.I. Joe's promotional inserts. Were included with 1994's figure and vehicles, and an 8x5 by 11 flyer was distributed featuring the artwork seen here below. So they're talking about that piece of artwork with Joe Colton there. And you could see all the packages that were released. And then, let's see, overview convention exclusives. So then the mail order G.I. Joe figure General Joseph B. Colton was re-released at the 1994 International G.I. Joe's Collectors Convention, which took place on board the USS Intrepid in New York, New York. The U.S. Intrepid aircraft carrier is very every bit as battle-hardened as General Colton. It was launched in 1943 and survived 5 kamikaze attacks and a torpedo strike in World War II. What a setting for a convention. General Colton was packaged in a box adorned with new Green Beret artwork and a 30th Salute logo. The figure and the file card were unchanged. The 30th anniversary fighter pilot, a new deco of the action pilot figure, was also made available at the convention. His uniform featured red, white, and blue stripes and the G.I. Joe logo running along his arms and legs. He was designed to match the G.I. Joe skydiving team that was touring the country in 1994. And you can see both of those convention exclusives right there. So I don't have either of those exclusives. I need to get them, actually. So that's going to be something I'll work on this year. So that's a little bit of an overview from Carson's book about them. Of course, the original sailor, fighter pilot, soldier, Marine all appeared in G.I. Joe comics in the 60s, 1964, in 2 issues. And they were just separate military stories. Good morning, Michael Gene Fleming. Thanks for joining me today. Good morning, Gunpowder Nitro. What's good, y'all? Thanks for joining me today. So those stories in the G.I. Joe comic were all individually told stories of the different branches of the military: the action soldier, the action Marine, the action sailor, the action pilot, and so on and so on. So they then they did of course, like I described, the 30th anniversary wave of figures, and this is the Action Marine, and it says Marine Corps Commander, commemorative collection for the 30th anniversary of G.I. Joe in 1994. It says, and this is a beautiful piece of artwork. I really, really like it. All the artwork on these packages have been phenomenal. All right, so we're going to read a little bit about the Action Marine. And he has that night landing type boat, which I wish we would get that. That seems like an obvious thing for Hasbro to make because it's so versatile. It can be used in virtually any environment, Arctic, snow, river, you name it. But I hope we get it someday. Action Marine history. In 1964, G.I. Joe seized the gung-ho spirit of youth across America with the original G.I. Joe Action Marine. This fully posable Marine Corps commando came dressed in authentically styled camouflage fatigues with metal dog tags and a G.I. Joe Marine training manual. Also available in 1964 was the Dress Parade set that featured an authentically styled dress Marine outfit with dress shoes, a Marine cap, rifle, and other accessories. Other popular action sets included the Beachhead Assault set, a Paratrooper parachute pack set, and the Jungle Fighter set in 1967. The talking Action Marine barked out real Marine commands such as "Let's go, Leathernecks," and Marines hit the beach. By the end of the decade, G.I. Joe had members from every branch of the United States military, as well as representatives from many foreign armed forces. Other G.I. Joe adventure teams were developed to expand G.I. Joe's theater of operations and help defend the world from a variety of villains. These teams laid the groundwork for today's heroes of military might as they continued the fight for freedom and justice around the world, battling the evil forces of Cobra with unrelenting determination. Now, this commemorative Action Marine figure has been deployed to celebrate the 30th anniversary of G.I. Joe. This real American hero represents G.I. Joe's original Action Marine and the adventurous spirit of his exciting missions. This fully posable figure includes specialized commemorative weapons and accessories for added action and collectability. G.I. Joe, a true American legend. Now, they mentioned the dress Marine uniform, which I think is a very interesting thing that I would like to cover after we're done with this, because I would like them to do dress uniforms in the legacy line for all the branches of the military, and then you can swap out the heads from the classified figures and put them on the different figures. And there's a way to get your gung-ho dress uniform and your General Hawks and your Admiral Ledgers and your Admiral Keelhauls and Flags and all those guys in those different uniforms. I can't believe we were getting a new adult over. I'm going to cover that, Cobra Emperor. I investigated that situation, and I'm going to cover this. So you're going to have to hold on. This is super amazing because I really want to replace some of my older figures with upgrades, new paint jobs. So you're going to have to hold on to that comment until later. I love the Action Marine figures for 3 3/4 figures. I think I have 5 of them. I would have killed them more if they would have had removable helmets. Oh, okay. HK Viper, good morning, all. Thanks for joining us. Fantastic. All right. So then we're going to go to the back of the package, and we're going to read a little bit of his file card. So there you go. That's the whole wave of figures, the initial wave of figures, and there's his file card. It said, in 1964, America was introduced to the very first G.I. Joes. 30 years later, G.I. Joe continues to fill children with an exciting sense of adventure and fun, which is all we at Hasbro ever wanted to do. Around the world, we salute Joe on the 30th anniversary, and may the legend continue to bring endless hours of joy to the young and the young at heart for another 30 years. It says the Action Marine Corps Commando. U.S. Marines are considered to be the toughest fighters in the world, and that's exactly what I thought until I joined G.I. Joe. It takes a lot of courage, strength, and stamina to fight evil the way we do, which is to say that we battle to the bitter end and never stop stomping our enemies until victory is achieved. Whether I'm fighting on dry, barren desert or making a commando raid on an enemy beach bunker, I know I can count on my training and my teammates to get the job done. And that's your Action Marine. So I really like this. I think they did a really good job with these, this 30th anniversary. Let's see. Gunpowder Nitro. Just ordered a Mindbender, Snow Serpent, and Cobra Eel for my card backs. Very good. Congratulations. I hope they come soon. Glad you're getting your collection built out. So this is that set that they were referring to in Carson's book, or Carson was referring to in his book. So this gives you a bigger environment to play with. It includes the astronaut. It gives you a different diver and a different pilot decos and some accessories, a parachute and stuff like that. It's the exclusive commemorative edition of the original Action team. And so it has all their file cards and all the art on the back of it. So it gives a bit of an expanded play pattern for the vintage G.I. Joes from the 60s in the 30th anniversary O-ring style. And I really like this set. I think it's a really cool set, and I'm very happy they included that astronaut in there, because that shows that they were obviously caring about what they were doing at the time. Oh boy. Oh, that's cool. All right, so now we are going to go into the 60th anniversary Action Marine. And again, there's that beautiful artwork. And so here's the her in her Shooting the Galaxy photography artwork by Mike and Matt. I really like that. She's got that ghillie suit on. She looks like she's really trying to hide there. There's a couple of call outs on the package there for her. And then on this side, we have the QR code to Nowhere, the Target artwork, and let's see, we do not have designations for this figure. So these guys don't come with designations. They made all those figures in their own packages. I got them all. Yep, they're very good. Then we got the loadout in the front of the package. There you go. We have the 60th anniversary call out there, and it says Action Marine Sniper. So she's really going to be kind of like a shooter type of a character. And there's the call out of that artwork again right there. So let's get her opened up, and we'll see what she looks like. We have her stand, the stars and stripes. We have the interior, the 1964 to 2024 60th anniversary artwork. So right out of the package, she is definitely a distinctive figure, and she looks really, really good. I like this, I guess olive green, a little bit of olive green with camouflage, brown and black camouflage. And there's a lot of armaments and balance to this figure with her harnesses. She got a secondary harness on her right leg and a secondary harness on her left leg. This has got a holster on it. Then she's got these knee pads, these knee guards here that are also kind of brown there that match those two holsters, and her secondary that has some ammo and stuff like that. The face print is really nice on this figure with the camouflage on her face and the bandana, and it's a nice balance and difference from the shooter figure, because this is a female figure, obviously. She's got that tampo there, that skull and crossbones with the target. So that's got to be a designation of some sort for this particular job or this particular Marine group that she's in. She looks like she's either Native American or Spanish with that complexion that they gave her, but I'm not entirely sure. It could be African American as well. I'm not sure. She's got some brown, kind of gloves on her hands that are covering her hands, and she's got some light green, sniper guards on her arms as well. The deco goes all the ways around the back and gives some breaks in her back with the belt and the secondary there. The camouflage is on all of her body, and there's little breaks in the camouflage with the light green that's also on the arms there and in the chest and in the back. She has a little bit of black on her that goes with the boots and some of the camouflage. So they did a really good job. I've got to say that's one of my favorite things about a lot of these. The coloring and the decoing of a lot of these figures stands out very well. The team is doing a really good job. Tony should be proud of that because he's doing a really good job. So I'm going to take out this ghillie suit first, and we're going to get a good look at this weird ghillie suit that she comes with. Because this is the first time we've seen this with classified. I don't think it's ever been used before. So you can put the head through there and you can see through there, and it goes over the body. It's like a weird fabric. It kind of feels like a carpet. There's different colored greens in that and stuff like that to give that effect that she's in the jungle and she's in the forest or what have you. And I really think that's interesting and unique. I wonder if we'll get that with the ambush. I wonder if we'll get this ghillie suit with ambush if we ever get an ambush figure released. Probably will, because they want to reuse stuff like this. So I'm guessing that's what's going to come with him. So then we have the sniper rifle, which we've seen this sniper rifle a couple of times. It's come with low light. I think several versions of low light, if I'm not mistaken. So it's that drab army green, and interior is brown. And then you open it up and you can put the gun and the scope and different parts inside of it to carry it and store it. And it also has a peg hook like lowlights that can go on his back. So then she's got this really large pack that has like that netting that you sometimes see in military vehicle, I guess vehicles and backpacks and stuff. All that netting with that material there. It's really nice. Then she's got a peg there, so we'll see what that goes to. So then she's got two heads. She's got a like a pilot's head, kind of with the glasses and the hat, and it has a Tampo, the U.S. Flag on there, and it's a ponytail head. So she's got a brown ponytail, and it has a radio that's kind of connected to it. And there's a lot of deco hits on this. There's some like orange with those glasses there. There's some brown. There's some lighter red color with the hair. There's the black. There's a lot going on with this headpiece right here. A lot of new. In fact, I don't think we've ever seen this before. So that's a new head for her. Michael G. Fleming, Dave, that rifle pack can't be army green. It has to be marine green. Oh, yeah, marine green. You're right. She can carry all that. Oh, cool. Two heads is better than one head. Yep, I agree with you there. And then she's got a second head, since you mentioned that. And this is another Caucasian head with a hat, with one of those like jungle hats, like those river hats, and it has like the band, the neck bandana. It has the head neck articulation part, so she can still articulate, and it's the articulation part that goes on the head, and it's a beautiful face print there. So she's got kind of three heads now, because that's a really nice print on that head, I've got to say. So we got that one, we got that one, we got that one. She's got her sniper rifle, and this looks like a slightly different sniper rifle that I don't think we've seen this variation before. There's a lot of color deco on that. That's pretty cool stuff. She is loaded to with extras. Yep, definitely loaded. So you can see the paint deco on there, that it's camouflaged, and then she got the black butt of the rifle there, and then she's got that little stand so she can go in the woods and do her thing, and that can stand up and balance. Let's see, she's got lots of stuff. She's got a sniper scope that is going to go on this rifle, this little sniper scope there. So I'm going to put that on there, and it's in a deco of black to match, to go with the rifle. There you go. Let's see. So she's got another kind of a futuristic gun there, AK-47 type of gun. Marine green again. She's got all these snipers seem to come with these walkies, which is, I find interesting, because they can like time their weapon to go off at certain points to kind of throw the bad guys off. And there's a little brown deco in there. So that's like one of those sat radios. We'll see where that's going to go. She also comes with a knife. There. Then she has a silencer with a revolver. And there's a little bitty deco in the hilt of that revolver. So they really gave her a lot. These 60th anniversary figures really have a lot of cool stuff. And then she's got another vintage, I would say vintage AK-47 Snake Eyes' Beretta there. Let's see. Lenny Honda. Hey, Lenny Honda. Yo, Joe. Thanks for joining us. I was wondering if you would be interested if you wanted to get on an episode one of these days. Let me know, okay? In my messenger, David T. Allen. Bonjour, and Francis. Bon année 2026. Happy New Year. Bloomquist Bald 7267. I hope I said that right. Lenny Honda, USMC retired, and I go to the PX on Camp Lejeune all the time. Stacks of these sitting in clearance. That's a shame. She's a good figure, I must say. Cobra Emperor, that's really detailed sniper rifle. It is, isn't it? Mini Ruger. Okay. And then we got some additional hands to go with the Caucasian head, because these are Caucasian hands. So you can do two different variations of the Action Marine sniper with the Caucasian hands. All right, so I think I'm going to leave that head on her that she's got. So I'm not going to switch to the Caucasian head. But there's also another silencer, a sniper. It looks like a sniper silencer. So I'll put that on the sniper in a minute. Right there. So I'm guessing it goes in there. Yeah. So that goes on that. All right. So that's the end of everything, the accessories. So we're going to start putting some of this stuff on her and see what she looks like. Let's see. I'm going to try to get the sniper rifle on her back like that, right? The sniper rifle case, I should say, not the sniper rifle. Then I'm going to put her backpack in the middle of that there. I'm going to put this peg hook there, like that. I'm going to put this little remote control sat phone thing in here. So there, that's in there. So let's see. So I put that Ruger there, and I put her backpack, and I put her sniper case there, and I put the remote control on her left harness there, her thing. And I like the fact that they gave her these little bandana things. That's a lot of really cool detail that they've added to this. So, all right. So then I'm going to get, see where this knife is supposed to go. I don't see a spot for the knife. I do see a spot for her revolver. So we'll put that in there. The revolver there. Let's see. There's not a spot for the silencer either. So you have the knife and the silencer, the two heads so far. And then I'm going to try to put, and then you have the two extra hands. I'm going to try to put the ghillie suit on her. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the ghillie suit on her with everything that's on there as much as I would like. So I don't think there's a hole in the back. Let me look to see if there's a hole in the back of this. Yeah, I don't see a hole in the back of that. So I guess she can't carry all of that with her ghillie suit on. So let's see. How can I do this? I'm going to try to put the ghillie suit on there. And then we'll see if we can add some of these accessories still. So there she is with her ghillie suit on there. I'm going to try to put this backpack through this cloth in her back. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get, if that'll work or not, but I'm going to try it, see if I can get it to go in there. Yeah. Let's see. All right. It's kind of hanging off the back a little bit, but I think we can still work with it. Gotta turn her head the other way. There, so I've got her ghillie suit, I got her backpack, I got all that accessories on there. All right, so now we're going to give her her sniper rifle. Oops, we dropped something. I don't know what it was. I think I dropped the scope. Oh, there it is. I dropped the scope. So I may need to use a little sticky tack or something for that to stay in so it doesn't fall out anymore. Whenever they do these things where they have to stick on top, they don't work very well. They don't hold very well on there. So I'm going to put this in this hand there. And then I'm going to give, let's see. Maybe I'll give her the knife. Put the knife in this hand. So then she'll have the knife. In case she's in the jungle and she has somebody attacking her, she'll have a knife. So I'm going to give her the knife there. It's tricky with all this stuff on her to get this to stay on. Doesn't want to stay. They really gave her too much. To be honest, I'm having a hard time getting all this gear to stay on her. All right, so there she is. I got 10 card backs, so for Walmart exclusives is where I'm gonna have to drop some dough. Yeah, you're right about that. Those Walmart exclusives are not easy to get. Hello, Clement. Thanks for joining us again. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm gonna try to get her on her stand. That's my next challenge, is to get her to stand up on that. There. All right, so we got that extra Beretta, we got the silencer, we got the gloves, and we got the extra 2 heads that we did not get on this. She's a little tipsy because her backpack and stuff are making it unbalanced. But there she is. That's everything that I can get on her. Finally caught a live morning, everyone. Hey, Skywalker, thanks for joining us. You're a new person in the chat. I appreciate it. Lenny Honda, Dream set for custom kit bash, guys. Oh yeah, this thing has got everything. Hello, everybody. Hi, Brandon. I don't know. I like these different heads. I think they're really cool. I like this head because this head, I think you could probably use this for Scarlet. I think this would be a cool Scarlet pilot's head. She could maybe pilot a vehicle that's coming up in the future, and she could maybe pilot something else. I don't know. There's some interesting things with this accessory set. Appreciate you, Dave. Thank you very much, Skywalker. Like this figure, Marine Sniper Scarlet. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what I was just getting at. This is a really good way to use Scarlet. It is a Scarlet nice Easter egg. Yeah, it is. I like it. I think you could do her a lot. This is a new character, or it could be Shooter. You can give Shooter this design as well. Swap up the head from the Night Force Shooter and Scarlet both. And then you have like 3 figures with this set. It's a very detailed set. So the articulation points, she's got the butterfly shoulders, she's got the double pinned elbows, double pinned knees, she's got the foot articulation, the foot rocker, she's got the ankle, the secondary ankle, she's got the wrist articulation, she does not have the secondary wrist articulation, she has the thigh and calf articulations, she's got the ab crunch and the head rocker articulation, and the crotch and leg articulation for articulation points on this figure. She's missing only one articulation point, the secondary wrist and the bendy wrist articulation. The Marine Sniper definitely looks good in a squad. Yeah, I agree with you. I hope if we get more like jungle accessory sets, they give us more of these ghillie sets for Ambush, because Ambush is a character that has that ghillie suit, and he always is in the jungle. So I think they should redeco it with maybe a beige or something to put with Ambush if we ever get an Ambush figure, Skywalker. Let's see. Brandon 8269, Scarlet's Aura file card lists Marine Sniper School amongst her training accolades. The head sculpt is a slightly younger looking Scarlet to my eyes anyway. Yeah, I think it still works though. I don't think it's a problem. Clement, Dave, can you show me the figure up close, please? Yeah, sure. You're more excited for Dino Hunter Ambush Skywalker? That's a funny homage. Because there's a rumor that we're getting a Dino Hunter set with a Velociraptor pet figure pet combination. Do you think that will have Ambush, or do you think it'll have Lowlight, or do you think that whole thing is a pipe dream for us getting a Dino Hunter set this year? If they did that this year, oh my God, the fans and the community would go absolutely bonkers. But I do want to get it eventually. I don't know if I'm ready for it yet, but I do want it. I think it's a great subgroup faction of G.I. Joe. Brandon. Let's see. The other oh no, that was Skywalker that wanted that. Sorry. The other head sculpt, of course, not the one you just showed close up, who is probably Shooter. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Brandon. Oh no, dinos and I'm out. Oh no, come on. Lowlight is fantastic. Yeah, he is. Jurassic Park T-Rex Dino Hunter is fantastic. Yeah, because they're doing some fantastic stuff with Jurassic Park. I would like to see a crossover with Jurassic Park and G.I. Joe. I think it would be a good cross promotion. They did that other movie this past summer. it was okay. It wasn't my favorite out of the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park series, but I'm glad they're still making them. And the toys, they're making some fantastic toys for Jurassic Park. I don't think Hasbro owns that license, so they would have to do like a collab with another company, Mattel or whoever owns Jurassic Park. You're talking about this head, right? That also looks like a Scarlet head because it's short red hair as well. So you could do multiple different variations of Scarlet. This is very hard to get her to balance because of all this gear. Yeah, she doesn't want to stay up. I got too much gear. So I'm going to have a hard time with her. I think she's going to fall a lot. Yeah, I got her. So that's our 60th anniversary Marine Sniper. I want it all. The funny stuff, adults only line. Oh yeah. Well, all right. So you want to go into that, Corporate Emperor? I investigated this situation, and I looked into it really closely to find out. So I'm going to get some information. So if you look at the photos that are shared by this guy, it says Travis Tutterball Art. It says Travis Tutterball Art on that video. That is not Hasbro. Hasbro did not release this, and Hasbro isn't releasing this. This is a custom fans type thing, and it is not legitimate through Hasbro. I'm sorry to tell you, Emperor, but it is not a legitimate thing. That Low Life and all that adult line, it's not Hasbro, and Hasbro did not sanction that video or ask this Toy Addicts to do that review of that figure. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's the truth of the matter. So there you go. I'm sorry to say. Morning from Cracker Barrel, folks. I tip my blueberry pancakes to you fine folks. Hey, New York, thank you very much. I love Cracker Barrel. I go there all the time, so thank you. Skywalker, Primordial Plot aired 1985 before Jurassic Park was actually a book in 1990. So for all the haters out there, maybe get to know your G.I. Joe a little better. There you go. See? You're right. See, that's why I like this channel, because we got a lot of people that help each other out. Primordial Plot, you 100%, the book from the Live the Adventure books, right? I have that book. What do you mean adult line? Like X-rated figures? No, it's just someone's doing some custom figures. They showed it in Toy Addicts yesterday, and Emperor was trying to get us to look at that Cobra Emperor, and it turns out they're all custom, and they're like kind of like jokey type funny O-ring figures. You can look at the video. It's Toy Addicts video from yesterday, Gunpowder, but that's what it is. Jurassic Park crossover with G.I. Joe is perfect. Yep. I agree with you. He said it was confirmed, and Toy Addict said it was real. Otherwise, fake news. He can be funded $20,000 for lying. Well, unfortunately, that's going to happen because it is fake news. It is not real. It was a cartoon episode from season 2. Ah, cool. Skywalker, thank you very much. Dinosaurs in G.I. Joe is a brand killer. I'm not 10 anymore. They waste figures on dinosaurs, and I'm out. Jurassic Park has plenty of nice dinosaur toys out right now if you like dinosaurs. Yeah, and there's also another new independent company that made a new Kickstarter of dinosaur stuff. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was at Joe Fest, and they are absolutely beautiful. There's like 50 different dinosaurs, all different scales, and there's some futuristic dinosaurs. What was the name of that Kickstarter? Anybody in the chat know the name of that dinosaur Kickstarter? That is really where it's at. They're more 4-inch scale, though. They're not 6-inch scale. But it is a phenomenal line of toys. I wish I had the space and the money to get all those. I would definitely do it. And if anybody's interested in getting them, they have them at Full Circle Toys in Noonan, Georgia, Kelly Mix and Richard Mix store. They have an entire display of that stuff in Georgia. It's a fantastic line of toys. The video was pretty clear to be satire, humor to me. There you go, Michael Gene Fleming. Thank you very much. So, unfortunately, Cobra Emperor is not real. Sad, but I'm not going to take anything away from people trying to do customs and have fun and do their own thing and bring their own travel their own lane in this GI Joe community. I think that's perfectly fine to have your own lane, to do what is good for you and stuff like that. But you can't represent yourself as being connected to Hasbro, because that's going to get you in serious trouble. I believe it was called Cyberzoic. That's right. Most of them are 3 3/4 scale, but I think I saw a couple listed as 6 scale back when the Kickstarter was going. That's it. Cyberzoic. Man, the Cyberzoic ones are awesome, but then they also have a dinosaur one that's older dinosaurs. I think I'm not sure it's all the same thing, but they have 3 or 4 different themed ideas. That's not satire when he's telling people it's for real. You're right. You're right. That's blatant misrepresentation, Cobra Emperor. I'm sorry to tell you. I agree. I don't think I would be interested in Dino Joe collab, but variety is the spice of life. You got it, Gunpowder Nitro. I'm hoping, now that we've got that out of the way, that we get Ambush in the future. I think we got all the parts for, like, I can name about 6 characters that we've got all the parts, all the accessories, all the ability to make these characters. So, this hat here is like a muskrat hat. There you go. There's Muskrat's hat. We have different pilot heads and stuff. So there's lots of stuff that we can get figures of. I know right off the bat we can get a longshoreman shipwreck, we can get a hardball, we can get an ambush, we can get a muskrat. There's so many characters, we have all the parts, and I know we can get those figures. And it's very strange that we haven't yet. I guess they're spreading them out. They're trying to give us a little old, a little new, a little modern, in the mix. So I'm guessing next year we'll probably get a bunch of that stuff. And I'm guessing we're going to get Ripcord version 1 Ripcord. We'll probably be getting Globulus. Brandon, Gunpowder Nitro. I'm saying offerings are scarce already. Like, can I get a Fang at least without having to buy the knockoff Fang? Fans Hobby Fang, yeah. I want a Fang too. I really do. I think we're going to get Fang version 2. And I think it's more distinct and more G.I. Joe than the first version. I know Woody wants the first version, and I would like to, but then the Fans Hobby is just too close. I tried that. The hat is too small for a muskrat. Well, I'm sure it is a little too small based off of this hat, but I'm sure it's that they have the hat, they can widen it and put it on muskrat and redeco it, and we could get a muskrat hat. I'm not saying this exact hat, but the fact that they've got these parts available to put on these figures makes me think we need these figures. Maybe they could put Longshoreman Shipwreck with the night landing. That might be a way to get another shipwreck with a vehicle and playset type of environment. I don't know. Am the only one who wants to see Plainclothes Joe like a Vacation Flint or a shipwreck. I don't know about. The problem is we've got so much really cool G.I. Joe stuff that we haven't gotten to, Skywalker. I'm not saying we won't get Plainclothes people. Maybe we'll get them in the Legacy line. That might be a way to get those characters. Just a normal guy, a normal lady. Then you can swap out heads and then you have your normal bodies and stuff. But there's so much cool GI Joe stuff that we haven't gotten. We haven't barely touched the modern era from 97 to 50th anniversary. There's only like 6 or 8 things that they've touched with that. There's so much that they could reach in that area, and we still get a lot of like 87 to 94 that we haven't gotten, and that doesn't even include Sunbow inspired, comic inspired, other animation inspired like Resolute. They heavily touched on Resolute during the Adventures in Collecting interview. Lenny talked about that Destro, that the Resolute Destro, which I really like. And they kind of did that in Super 7 as an O-ring, as an Arctic Destro. So there's so much stuff to get to. Civi normal clothed characters. I think it's going to be a while if we do get it. And I would think maybe in the Legacy line would be the place to get plainclothes people, like the cop and the fire department and the EMS and so on. But I'm not taking anything away from you. I would like to get some other stuff first, Skywalker. Let's see. Well, that's definitely not cool, telling everybody and making me look stupid for thinking there is a real 3 3/4 line. Yeah, I'm sorry. Corporate Emperor. Brandon Scour, totally want those too, like Shipwreck in a longshoreman's type peacoat and knitted cap, or the ladies in yoga wear. Yoga wear, that's funny. So from your saying, this line has at least another 5 to 10 years of figures. Oh, definitely. There's been, they've talked about this in several interviews about HasLabs, like leading up to 2030. So I know for definitely they're looking at the next 5 years, because we got 26 and they're working on 27. So all you have to do is 28, 29, and 30. I would like this line to go farther than Star Wars Black Series. Star Wars Black Series is now 15 years. So by 2035, that would get the classified line 15 years. And so that's where I would like it. And to get a HasLab every year, and then to also get an MTR vehicle every year from now till then, holy smokes. Imagine all those vehicles. Wow. I would buy Michael Gene Fleming. I would buy some Civilian Joes, but I doubt there would be enough demand to make it worth it to Hasbro to make them. Would be happy to be wrong, though. Yeah, I'm the same way. Woody, good morning. A little late. Definitely will catch the rest on replay. All right, Woody. Thank you very much. Good morning, and I appreciate that. So it's going to be interesting, but yeah, I think we definitely have 5 more years in classified, based on what I've seen, what I've heard, and interviews and stuff. I keep my ear very close to the ground when it comes to information and news, and try to get as much as I can for you guys to get everybody updated and keep everybody informed as much as I can. I'm not as shiny and bright as other podcasts, but I do try to get the information out there as much as I can. And so I do watch a lot of those interviews. I do keep up with panel discussions and things like that at conventions, and I try to talk to them myself as well. Let's see, Cobra Emperor. Well, maybe Hasbro will make more O-ring figures. Well, yeah, they are still making it. I talked about this a little yesterday, Cobra Emperor. They have had a sporadic O-ring line that they've been doing for the last, I don't know, like 6 years or something like that. They've been doing the collabs, the Transformer G.I. Joe collabs that also include O-ring figures. There's about 8 or 9 of them in the 4 collabs that we've gotten. They did the Sky Striker HasLab that comes with 7 O-ring figures. There was the Stinger that they released that was a modern Stinger that had an O-ring figure with it. There's been the Sky Jetfire O-ring Celia and Jarek collab from Void Rivals as well. So there's about 30 something O-rings in the modern era from Hasbro. And then they did the 2-packs, the 3 sets of 2-packs a couple years ago as well. So they're still doing O-rings. They're just sporadic. And this era of Hasbro O-rings is very unique and stylized. We're supposed to get another collab with the Mobat with Hawk as Optimus Prime coming soon. I hope by this summer, maybe. We'll see. So there's a very strong possibility of that. Scout, did you put your Tomax and Zaymot heads on figures wearing suits? I forgot the Marvel Legends. I used blue pinstriped suits. Oh, that's cool. I think Classified will do them as a 2-pack with those suits. That's just my gut feeling. The Crimson Twins are the obvious choice for civilian wear, after all, in business suits. Yep, you got it, Brandon. Gunpowder Nitro, you're consistent, bud. So many channels talking about everything but toys. Yeah, well, that's what this is about. This is a G.I. Joe podcast, and it's about G.I. Joe toys. So thank you very much. I appreciate that, Gunpowder Nitro. New York Knights. 5 to 10 years, so there might be a whale HasLab coming. Yeah, if they do the whale, I think it'll be the very last classified HasLab that we get. It'll be in that last year, will be the whale, because that is going to be big. Oh my God. I want it, and I'm with you, New York Knights. It's just going to be big. It is going to be big. $500 at least. Are those Transformers and G.I. Joe collabs nice? I've got them all, but I've never seen open any of them. Yeah, I've seen them all opened at different stores. I don't open mine up, but I have seen them. They are nice. They scale about this big. I just think it's a little weird because you have Megatron, Soundwave, Bumblebee, and Cup. We really need the Optimus Prime. We really do, because it's weird. Why would you put Cup and Bumblebee against Soundwave and Megatron? Maybe I'm thinking too much about it, but we definitely need the Optimus Prime. And it would make more sense to have Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Cup against Megatron and Soundwave. And maybe we would get another Cobra one as well. I don't know who we would get as a Cobra, but I think we will get another one after Optimus Prime. Just checked. I bought 2 Marvel Legends Hammerhead figures and put Tomax and Sema on those Hammerhead figures. Oh, I see. Very interesting. There's a lot of good Marvel Legends suited characters, because they also have the Rose. They also have Tombstone. They have a bunch of suited characters in Marvel Legends that you can mix and match. So you could even do a Hooded Cobra Commander in a suited character if you wanted, from his days as a car salesman. So there's some interesting stuff you could do. Cobra Emperor. Tori Alex says it's real. The 330 G.I. Joe line. So whom told you it's not real? I'm going by the photography and what it says in that. It says that this guy's artwork was on there. So that's why I'm going off of that. So I did a little investigating and sleuthing and got some information, and it's not real. It's not Cobra Emperor. I'm sorry to tell you, it's not. Woody, 3 of each would be perfect. 3 Decepticons and 3 Autobots. Yep. And that would be a nice battle. So who do you guys think would be a good collab for Transformer vehicle that we've seen? We've gotten the Hits tank, we've gotten the Thunder Machine, we've got the Ostriker, we got the Triple T. We're getting the Mobat with Optimus Prime. What would be a good Cobra vehicle for them to do? The Stinger, maybe? Have the Stinger turn into Shockwave, or have the Stinger turn into, I don't know, somebody else? I don't know. I don't know who else you would get. Maybe a jet that turns into Starscream? I don't know. With the success of the made-to-order X-Men Sentinel, could anyone imagine Hasbro doing that for 1/12 Transformers that don't transform? That's an interesting concept, Skywalker. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, well then I guess he is going to get a heavy 20,000 fine for fake news. Element 8. Yep. I hate to see stuff like that, but stun. There you go, Woody. The stun. Perfect shockwave. You turn the stun into shockwave, and because it has all those guns on that, and they could come together to be that big gun for shockwave. Yeah, I think you're right. The stun would be the perfect Cobra vehicle. Stun would be awesome. Yeah. Yep. You're very smart. I like you, Woody. I like how you're thinking. I like your thought process. Yeah, so yeah, get a stun, then a Mobat, and there you go. You got 3 of each, and that's a nice round number. And then who would you include as a vehicle driver? Because they are not including the actual vehicle drivers with most of these figures. Some of them they do, like Sergeant Slaughter did come with the Triple T, and it also came with Leatherneck. Crankcase did not come with the Ostriker. Stalker did, and the Thunder Machine did not come with Night Thrasher. Came with Zartan and Zarana, and the Hiss did not come with the Hiss driver. It came with Baroness. So who would you stick in the stun if they did a stun collab as Shockwave? That's a good question. What Cobra do you think would be unique enough? Destro, maybe? Destro with the shockwave stun. That's how you're gonna do that one, I think. But then you don't have a Cobra Commander, but we don't have a Duke either, so it's fine. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Stun shockwave with Destro O-ring. There you go. We got it. Oh, you know why? Because Duke and Cobra Commander already came out in the 2-pack set. And that's why they didn't do Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, because they did them already. And they did the 2 Troopers. And they did the Stinger with the Stinger driver. And they did, I think, all the Joes and Cobra Commander and a bunch of stuff with the Sky Striker. So they won't do another Cobra Commander. So Destro's got to be the one that they would use with that. Since they seem to be doing 2 figures to a set now, my guess would be Dr. Mindbender and a Motor Viper. Dr. Mindbender maybe in Destro, but definitely not the Motor Viper, because they haven't included any of the pilots, Michael Gene Fleming. But yeah, I think 2 figures, Destro and Dr. Mindbender sounds good, because Mindbender came out around that time frame with the stun. So there you go. We kind of got off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I think, yeah, getting the Mobat with Hawk as Optimus, and then a stun, Destro, Dr. Mindbender, Shockwave. Perfect. And then maybe get some Skybound stuff. Maybe get a Sky Striker, Starscream with Duke parachute. Get a Hound with Clutch. Get maybe, I don't know who else. Several of the other ones that were in the Transformers G.I. Joe, or some of the Void Rival characters like Springer with some of those characters, Wheelie, Hot Rod. So there might be some ways to do some another thing with Skybound after the collabs are done. You do these type of things with the crossover with Skybound, possibly. I don't know. I'm just kind of shooting the breeze here and throwing stuff out, throwing ideas out that I would like. So our next one is going to be another retro vintage package figure of a character that's going to bring him into the OG-13 deco, this character. So that adds to the OG-13 vintage style for this character. The other version of this particular character is kind of a version 2, a closer to version 2 in my mind. So it's good that they redecoed him and gave him a closer interpretation for the vintage OG-13 for this next review that we're going to do tomorrow, probably. What else is going on? I'm hoping with the Legacy line that we get more characters like these, like the Astronaut. I would love to get an Astronaut Legacy. I think that would be totally awesome. And make it a deluxe and have it come with a shuttle pod or something like that. And then they can reuse a lot of those parts for payload and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyone have that Marvel Legends Tombstone? I'm looking now, kind of want for a Mars Industries Destro in a suit. Is that Tombstone figure a bit taller than average. Yes, it is, Brandon. I have that figure. It is taller because he's a bigger albino type character. They also did the new owl, but the owl has like a one of those cloth type things. So you might be able to do a chunkier figure with the owl if you have anybody you want to put in a business suit there. There's a lot of suited characters in Marvel Legends, so you're gonna have a lot to play with there. Maybe you could do a cesspool. If they ever do a cesspool, you can use that owl suit because he's a little bit fancier, and he would have that that handkerchief there, and you could put cesspool's head on the suited owl, and then he would have a suit version for his business that he does. That might be a way to reuse cesspool, and I think we're getting cesspool this year, by the way. The most wanted figure I know I will not get this year is Retro Barbecue with an unmasked head. Oh my god. Why I hope they do accessory packs and they do like a bunch of red-headed stepchildren heads. Barbecue head, Copperhead head, the Fred 1, 2, 7, Cobra Commander, Armor Cobra Commander, all that, all those heads. A Dr. Knox head with the ponytail. You know, this head here would almost be a good head for Dr. Knox if it didn't have the radio part there. You could use this as the head for Dr. Knox. Let's see. Hammerhead worked for me as a body for the twins. Oh, very good. Got them at Ross for $8 each. Wow, good job. Good for you. If you can find this stuff cheaper and you're able to do some cosplay, not cosplay, some customization and some dioramas and stuff like that, all the more power to. I feel do what you got to do in that way. So I think that's going to cover us for this episode. Thank you guys. You've been fantastic in the chat as always. I appreciate you getting involved and adding to the conversation and asking me questions and giving me information to help me with some of this stuff because I don't know everything. I do know a lot, but I don't know everything. And so I really rely on you guys to help me out. And you really do a fantastic job with that. And I appreciate everybody after the fact watching on the replay crew. You guys keep this channel alive. Please share these videos because that's the number one thing you can do to help this channel grow right now. We're heading towards 250 subs and we're doing really good. I'm trying to get it to a nice round number of like 1,000. I think that would be a nice round community number. I'm not trying to conquer the world with this or anything. I just want a nice community that can enjoy these videos, have a good time. And I've been doing that with you guys thus far. You're all wonderful, and I appreciate it. And I hope everybody's doing great in this new year so far. Yo, Joe. Yeah, this is a big 60th anniversary figure. So we're going to go with Yo, Joe. Good video, Dave. Thank you very much, Brandon. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.